Okay, next video, task number 5. Who has the best job? Hope this is helping, guys. I know that it's not the same as me being there and kind of walking you guys through this stuff. I hope everything else is going fine. Like I said, I'm only an email or a message on Google Classroom away, so please feel free to reach out to me. I'm on the computer about 7:30 in the morning, and usually up until about 10 o'clock at night doing college stuff, but I'm always available, so let me know. So anyway, we got Kale, who works in an after-school program at an elementary school. The table below shows how much money he earned every day last week, and it gives you the table of values. And this is Mariko has a job mowing lawns that pays $7 per hour. Who would make more money for working 10 hours? Well, we know how much Mariko makes an hour. So at 10 hours for Mariko, who makes $7 per hour, okay, we just multiply that by 10 and figure out he'd make $70. Pretty simple, right? Now, when we're thinking about Kale, if I notice that at 1.5 hours, he got $12.60. So I can take $12.60 and divide by 1.5 to figure out how much he gets an hour. Does that make sense? So my handy dandy calculator, 1260 divided by 1.5, and I'd find out he makes $8.40 an hour. Okay, so 10 hours, he would make $84, right? Makes sense? All right, so who makes more? Mariko at $70 in 10 hours, or Kale, who makes 84? Obviously, Kale would, okay? And then it says explain your work. You're going to put all this math on there, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Then you have another page. Oops, hold on, I'm trying to find mine back here. Okay, next page, bear with me. Well, I'll put it up here on the board real quick. All right, I'll call that good. It says draw a graph that represents Y, the amount of money Kale would make for working X hours, assuming he made the same hourly rate he was making last week. All right, so you can just freehand draw a little graph on your paper. I'm going to draw it out to the side if my board doesn't slide down on me anymore. All right, so if I was to draw a graph, I'm going to keep it simple. And this will be the hours that he works. We always remember hours will be my independent. And then money, how much he makes, would be my dependent, right? The more hours of work, the more money I'd make. So at 0 hours, obviously, he has 0 money, right? And we said, what, $8.40 an hour? Okay, so at hour 1, right? Let's make this, what do you want to go by? 4s, maybe? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Okay, so at 1 hour, he'd be a little past 8, right? And at 2 hours, this is totally freehand, that's fine. At 2 hours, that would put him at, what, 1680? All right, and so on. So that would be his graph, right? Now it says, obviously I'm not going to continue the graph down this way because we can't have negative money, negative hours, okay? So it's only in this first quadrant. All right, using the same coordinate axes is what it says on part C. Draw a graph that represents Y, the amount of money Mariko would make working X hours. All right, I'm going to put them together on the same graph, and I suggest that you do that too because that'll help you see. Now, we know that Mariko, so this would be Kale, right? All right, Kale. I know Mariko makes less an hour, so at 0, he'd still be 0. At 1 hour, he would be, how about you want a different marker? Hold on a second. I don't want to get it all confused using the same color marker. Let me grab another one. Hold that thought for just a second. Let's do red. Okay, I know that's Pascagoula colors, but it's just for today, okay? Sorry about that. Okay, so then if Mariko makes $7, right, then his point would be down here somewhere, right? We're starting off at the same. And then at 2 hours, he'd be at $14, right? And so on. So his line would be a little bit less. So, last question. How can you see who makes more per hour just by looking at the graphs? Explain. Okay, so if I look at those graphs, what do I notice? I notice that Cale's graph is going up faster. Okay, or in math language, steeper slope, right? So that would tell me that Cale makes more an hour. Does that make sense? The last thing you have is, it says exit ticket. What questions do you still have about today's lesson? Please make sure just write whatever's on your mind. If you have a question, that way I can read it and get back to you. Hope this was helpful.